So how can you, with your advertising and with your messaging, elicit emotion so they feel like buying? Connect with your people. Dude, we just saved $7 and I'm stoked. So your job pre-Black Friday is to plant the seeds of things that are to come. And that's why I actually recommend that you kind of tease Black Friday a week or two out. So a few things that I want you to think about on why what I'm about to share with you actually works so well. All right, so Black Friday and Cyber Monday are coming up. And so whether you have a product-based business or a service-based business, you're gonna love this episode. So we actually had a group VIP day earlier this week. And what we do with those group VIP days is we get 3 to 5 business owners in a similar industry. When I say similar industry, either you sell products or you have a service-based business. And when I say service-based, I mean, it could be you're a plumber, you're a chiropractor, it could mean you're a consultant or a coach or a course creator, or an interior designer or a home builder, but you're delivering a service versus selling like iPhones online, like physical products. And so it's cool because we've done these group VIP days now for leads-based businesses and retail product-based businesses. And there are a few nuances. And one of those is actually the approach to Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So whether you have a leads or product-based business, you're going to get so much value out of this because I actually took some of what we taught our clients in that VIP day and brought it here for this episode. So it's going to be really cool. So there are a few things, because I'll tell you, when I worked at the ad agency, I had a B2B software company. I had a Dollar Tree. I had some other clients that had just dozens of in-person stores. And so there's totally a strategy for companies that are like have a physical location, do not have a physical location and are completely just online, or product-based businesses. They're all approached differently. And I had clients of all three of those categories. And so what I wanted to do on this episode is share with you a few themes and things that are different between those three as you prepare for Black Friday and Cyber Monday, because this episode is releasing like the first time when it's 2 weeks prior to Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So you have time, even if you're watching this and you still have a week to go. One of the things that you're going to find that I'm going to share that's in your favor with Black Friday and Cyber Monday is actually the timing, because people wait last minute. And that's in your favor with how Black Friday and Cyber Monday actually work. So we're going to dive into a few of just like the psychology of how and why people buy. And then I'll give you some specific examples of things that I learned and how you can apply that to your business no matter what type of business that you have. By the way, before I forget, click the link below this video and make sure that you join and register for the Win with Paid Ads Challenge, because the VIP, that top ticket, actually those platinum tickets, they sell out. The platinum tickets are where you actually get to ask a question and I get to personally be able to analyze and give you some feedback. And it's really cool. We even sometimes are able to kind of look at some of those platinum ticket holders, look at your business, and I actually have some perspective before we even get to meet, and it's really cool. And one of the things I've learned, if anything, and you're actually going to hear me share this in an upcoming episode, is how when I'm in the room with other people who are so smart and so successful, I've never been in a room with those people where I didn't get something that was just absolutely immensely worth it, even if it wasn't the feedback that was given directly to me. Like I'm just that person who sits in a room and I always get the VIP. Like I always want the top ticket. So in this case, it's the platinum ticket. And I'll always just want to be there to be able to learn from everybody else in the room. And that's something that I love so much. And you're going to love being in the room too. So click the link below, get your ticket. Now let's get started and talk all things Black Friday and Cyber Monday. My head coach here at the Paid Ads Academy, she was like, the Turkey 5. I'm like, yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. But sometimes it can be like, it's really Turkey 5, I think, is Thursday, because a lot of people, they actually start their Black Friday sale on Thanksgiving. So you've got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And so we're going to talk about how it can be different based on your business. So a few things that I want you to think about on why what I'm about to share with you actually works so well. So dopamine is a thing. So a few things, dopamine and decision fatigue. Okay. So Harvard Business Review actually found that emotion drives up to 95% of the purchase decision. So when I have my clients and like, nobody's buying from my ads, I'm like, they didn't feel like buying. So how can you, with your advertising and with your messaging, elicit emotion so they feel like buying? And one of the ways you can get people to feel is just be on video and connect and have that emotion in your ads on your page and show them how they're going to feel walking into Christmas. Show them how they're going to feel walking out of your chiropractic office. Convey that emotion and just really connect with people. Everybody can make a little AI ad and a static ad. I'm talking about connect with your people. So Black Friday, it actually kind of hijacks that dopamine loop because you get a thrill of the deal. Anybody else? Like, I love getting a good deal. I'm like, dude, we just saved $7 and I'm stoked because you get all these little deals and they just stack up, and then you're like, dang, I think I might have just earned a free shirt after you buy gifts for everybody else because you got a little discount, a little incentive. So that dopamine hit of getting a deal is really nice. And one of the things is with decision fatigue, when people have so many decisions to make, they're going to opt in and buy what is easiest to do. So I'll tell you, Black Friday and Cyber Monday is not the time to make some sort of complicated deal that really needs explaining. Like, they need to be able to buy. It needs to be frictionless. It needs to be quick, easy, no brainer. Make it easy to pay you, please. Clarity will bring prosperity this Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Okay, so be specific. And that's why being clear actually beats being creative. I'm not saying to be creative and be visual, and that's wonderful, but be clear, especially when you think about Black Friday and Cyber Monday, on what the deal is, why it's amazing, and why they should do it right now. The other thing is, if you've heard of loss aversion, it's people's aversion to losing something. So it says loss aversion is twice as powerful as the desire to gain something. So not losing the money that they will lose if they don't buy during Black Friday and Cyber Monday is one of the motivators. And that's just how our brains work. We're like, we just don't want to lose something. And you know it, I know it. They will lose out on a deal when they don't buy. And so, like, when I think about our strategy, we don't typically offer coupons really on anything. And that's just kind of how we built the brand. So if we do something, gosh, it might be one time a year, and it might be Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And it's going to be like, I'd rather add value. I'd be like, hey, if you've been on the fence and you're joining one of our programs, like, here's an extra thing I'm happy to offer you. That could be a Black Friday deal. But what I found for retail is that coupons and codes really do make a difference.
I just wanted to remind you really quickly that if you haven't joined the Win with Paid Ads Challenge, the doors are closing soon. And just as a refresher, this is 5 days of you and or someone on your team learning my 5-part strategy to scale your paid ads. So day 1 is messaging, which is what you say and how you say it. Day 2 is setting, which is all the different places you can place your ads. Think Google Ads versus YouTube, Meta, or TikTok. Day 3 is targeting, which is how you can get in front of your exact right person. Day 4 is testing, so you can know what to test and how to improve your ads. And day 5 is scaling and profiting, and how you can 10x whatever you're spending on your ads now so that you can have more profit and return and impact, which is ultimately what you want, right? So click the link below, and I cannot wait to see you in the Win with Paid Ads Challenge.
You can decide for your business what that looks like. Maybe it's a BOGO for your business. Maybe it's buy one, get one. Maybe it's buy this, get another deal. But I will say that there's too many other people offering a deal and incentive, and people are in buying momentum during Black Friday and Cyber Monday and knocking all the things off their list that they've been wanting to buy. It just feels good. Do you ever know that there's like 7 things you want to buy and you're like, you know what? If we're going to get one, get all of them. You're already $1,000 in. What's 1,100? Like, let's just add it to the bill at this point. But you are actually knocking out all the things that you've been thinking about. So your job pre-Black Friday is to plant the seeds of things that are to come. And that's why I actually recommend that you kind of tease Black Friday a week or 2 out. Now, when you tease that something's coming that's good, I can guarantee you'll get a dip in sales. You'll be like, sales are terrible, the ads aren't working. I'm like, no, consumers are legitimately saving to reallocate that money during Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So across all my retail clients, we used to see that the sales actually dipped the week or 2 prior to Black Friday and Cyber Monday, because they're truly saving. And then it peaks Black Friday, and then it peaks Cyber Monday. And typically, not always, but typically the Cyber Monday pool is even higher than Black Friday, because it's like all those people that have waited all weekend and like, crap, I really need to do this. But Cyber Monday for retail is normally better. Black Friday for in-store is normally better. So like if you have an in-store like business, I typically say that the in-store sales are best on Black Friday, and the cyber, like online retail purchases, are better on Cyber Monday, because people are waiting to the last minute. And typically, as long as you're honest with communicating, typically that's the last time for the rest of the year that the price is going to be that price, or the value is going to be that good. So just communicate that. So let's see, a few other ideas I have for you. So what I did is I kind of took, I kind of put into ChatGPT, I put all my notes and learnings of things that I've learned over time, over a decade of doing ads every Black Friday, because every Black Friday until I started my own business, I had so many different clients. So I worked Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, checking in on the pacing, which is the budgeting and the performance and allocating with what's working. And so you likely just have your business, which is really great. So you won't have to be constantly checking and balancing 7 or 8 different accounts and budgets and whatever. You will want to put just a little bit of time each day on your calendar to check in on your ads and look at the spend, and being willing to loosen and uncap and spend more during the period when people are just really buying a lot. So a few things: tease early access. And here's a hack, okay? One of the things that we really dive into in the Win with Paid Ads Challenge is targeting. We have a whole day where we teach on targeting. And in my programs, we really dive into it because there's so much, like there's hours and hours of content about how you can really understand targeting the right way. And targeting varies on YouTube versus Google versus TikTok versus Pinterest versus LinkedIn versus all these other platforms. So we dive into that fully. But one of the things, I'll give you a little hack, okay? What we would do with my retail clients is we would go look at last year's purchasers during the Turkey 5 and get all those emails and create a lookalike audience of people who look, act, and behave like that original audience that bought during Black Friday and Cyber Monday the previous year, and use that as a lookalike audience to target. So smart, right? Because you're finding all the people that were buying then and creating people that look like that to go after, which is great. So prepare your audiences, reduce your ad spend leading up to Black Friday and Cyber Monday, and then make sure your ads and your messages and your email and your website says that something's coming soon, which is really good. And then one thing that I'm really strong on as far as your ads go is for Black Friday and then Saturday, Sunday, I actually want your ads to be kind of the same. Black Friday can have a specific deal. I mean, a lot of my retail clients would have one deal on Black Friday, a different one Saturday and Sunday, and then a different one on Monday. And so I want your creative to like be custom, even if the caption is different for each of those days, but your ad creative can be like Black Friday sale. And it can say that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but on Monday, all your creative needs to change to say Cyber Monday specifically. So that's just something that you're going to want to do first thing Cyber Monday morning, or have those ads ready and queued to turn on Monday so that you have specific creative for Cyber Monday. And then real-time monitoring, just make sure you're looking at those campaigns each day. I look at it multiple times a day, because if you're getting a great ROAS on Black Friday and Cyber Monday, you should not have a budget. I repeat, you should not have a budget. If your performance is going well, don't stop a thing that's good, right? Like give it more room to spend and just be willing to like be checking in on it. Because I think the mindset that really holds people back is when they're like, oh my gosh, it's performing so well. How can I spend less and just get more? It's like, no. How can you spend more so that you can get more? Like I've said this a million times, but someone will be like, man, Ashley, I spent $2,000 and got, $8,000. That's a 4-to-1. I only made $6,000. I'm like, yeah. And you can also spend $20,000 and get $80,000. And that's also a 4-to-1. And you just made $60,000 in profit. People forget that there is a way that you can scale that ROAS and scale the profits. And now it's not a 1-to-1 and it's not perfect. And sometimes you'll have better or worse performance as you scale, but you will get more when you have the right way and you're doing it the right way. And you know what you're looking at. And I'm telling you, you got to get outside that comfort zone. I know it feels more comfortable to spend 2,000 versus 20, but you're never going to get that profit unless you get outside of your dang comfort zone. So that's my feedback for that one. A few other things is just make sure you're in email. And this is Paid Ads, Win with Paid Ads podcast. But one of the things that I love that my clients do is they use paid ads to grow their email list. And that's why we talk about funnels and the email messaging. That's some of the stuff that we teach, because it's more than just the ad. It's can the ad perform better when you got an actual machine rolling. And that's what I love. We actually just had a VIP day with one of our clients, actually not this week, but last week. And we took his funnel that was converting at 10%, and he saw a 100% increase from the changes we made in person that day, and has a 20% conversion rate on that page. That is a 7-figure move. That's just working on that funnel over time. When he spends and he converts at 20% instead of 100%, it is just huge. And so that's why really making sure that your page and your funnel to purchase is smooth, clear, and customized for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. You want people to see like a banner and the messaging and the headline to be like Black Friday. Like Target's website is going to say Black Friday on Black Friday, Cyber Monday on Cyber Monday. There's people making real-time changes every single day to customize the messaging. So you're going to want to do that. And make sure you've got an email that you're sending every day, because people are going to get a million emails. Okay. And they're going to probably, what's that whack-a-mole game, or what's it like? Squeaky wheel gets the grease. Squeak that wheel. Let them know that you exist, so that they're seeing you frequently throughout that period, so that they have an opportunity to buy. Just remind them of the incentives that you got. Text is really big for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Email, and to the note about sales, email actually still drives about a third. Email and SMS drives about a third of all sales during that period. And so your ads can get people to your email list so that they can get a text and convert. It all works together, yes, but don't forget to really use your email during that time. Few other strategies I have is retargeting. During that, let's talk about this actually when it comes to retargeting. If you're not running a Black Friday or Cyber Monday sale, but you are running ads and you're like, no, we're just not doing a sale, it doesn't make sense for our business, dial your budget back during that time. I would rather you not pause. I'd just rather you really dial it back and then dial it up after that Black Friday and Cyber Monday, because there are going to be a lot of ads and noise, and just save the budget when people are distracted, because they're just going to be scrolling and they're going to be looking for a deal during that period. So just cater to that, know that, and be okay with them, with those campaigns just being dialed back a little bit. And then, like I said, you can offer an incentive, you can offer a deal, or you can offer more value. You can say, hey, only during this time, get this, this, and this for free, or extra, or incentive when you purchase during Black Friday. And don't forget, this is another tip I have, communicate the urgency and the scarcity. Say this many days left, this many hours left on Cyber Monday. You could do this many hours left, this many spots left. Communicate the real urgency. Do not lie. Do not lie and say 10 spots to go and there's really 9,000. So just communicate the real value, use scarcity and urgency, be present, be consistent on not just ads, but on email and text, adjust your budget, be willing to uncap it when it performs well. And those are my rapid fire Black Friday nuggets that I have. Let me make sure there's nothing else I have. 70% of product-based traffic is mobile. So just make sure your site is loading quickly on mobile. That's another good thing. There's so many free tools that can like test your speed. Make sure your images that you upload for Black Friday and Cyber Monday are sized right, so they don't take too long to load. That was one other good hack. I hope that's helpful for you. But this can be a big week. And so one thing I remember, which is why I wanted to make this episode, is last Black Friday and Cyber Monday, I was actually doing an in-person event in January. And Black Friday and Cyber Monday was the single best performing day I had for ticket sales. And the way that Meta's budget works is it's a 24-hour budget. So if you want, I basically was like, dang, performance is amazing. And I upped my budget and I doubled it from like 1,000 to 2,000. And then it went really well, and I doubled it from 2,000 to 4,000, then 4,000 to 10,000 all in a day, and it just couldn't catch up. And so I could have like completely sold out that event if I had spent more that day. And so I just want to give you like this thought that you might look back and regret not spending more on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And if it really is doing really well, and your meta budget, like you're like, ooh, it's going really well, take your meta budget and say you're spending, $2,000 a day, make it 50. And it might not actually spend 50 the whole day, but it'll ramp it up enough to at least get it to 20 or 30 during the day. And you can always pause it once you get past the spending threshold you're comfortable with, but you should be comfortable spending an unlimited amount if the performance is amazing. So I just want to give you that eye of like, check in on your performance. Have those little nuggets throughout the day where you're looking at the data to see if you need to increase so that you can capitalize on the demand while people are in buying momentum. All right. Well, I hope you have a great Black Friday and Cyber Monday. And I want to tell you something really exciting that's coming up. So I am on the next episode actually going to rapid fire share, which I haven't shared anywhere else yet. So it's really exciting. I have not shared what it was like being in the room at Alex Hormozi's VIP day, where it was me and those other 9 entrepreneurs. And so I did a poll on Instagram and I was like, ask me any questions you have about this day with Alex Hormozi and his team. And on the next episode, I'm going to share with you rapid fire some questions. They're really good. You're not going to want to miss it. And what you're also not going to want to miss is joining the Win with Paydads Challenge. So click the link below, register, save your spot for the next challenge, and get ready for the next episode. It's going to be so good. I'll see you there.